Good evening, everyone. I'm perfectly fine, Arvaz. How are you doing?
I was writing about this topic
Oh,
mad food and outside mad food.
okay. So you are writing on the topic homemade food and outside food. Is that so? Okay. I just quickly greet everyone. I can see Arna. Good evening, Arna. Good evening, Pranjal. Good evening, Dia. Good evening, Deepti. Good evening, Rajeshwari. Good evening, Sakshi. How are you all doing?
Good evening, sir.
All well?
How
Okay, great. Dia, are you fine? Everything is going well for you?
Yes, sir.
Great.
Good luck now.
Okay.
And what about?
I'm perfectly fine, thank you. And it's always a pleasure to see students in the class. And if by any chance you have missed your previous classes, don't worry at all. We have got this provision of watching videos in the recorded mode. Watch them, come back with a lot of energy and attend the classes, right? So today we are going to discuss on this topic, homemade food and outside food. But today we have some people who couldn't speak on the topic about hobbies. So I remember it's Deepti. Deepti, no, I think you had spoken. Deepti had spoken. It was Krishnamanyu and it was Sarita, who are still not there, unfortunately, but let's wait for them. Whenever they are there, we'll ask them to speak on the topic hobbies. Today we are going to move ahead and I am going to listen a lot from you. I will be passive and you will be. If I'm passive, who are you? You are active. Exactly. I'm going to be passive. I'm going to be just a listener. I'm going to write what are you going to say, whatever you're going to say, and you all are going to be active. You're going to speak a lot on this topic, which is homemade food versus outside food, right? So with that, let's start the discussion for the day. Okay. Chali. So let's start. I can see who is there. Okay. So who's going to start? Raise your hands quickly. Let's see who's the first one. Okay, I can see Arvaz has raised his hand. So Arvaz, over to you. Bataiye. Homemade food versus everyone has to speak for that matter, but let's see who gets the chance in the first place. Yeah, Arvaz, over to you. Homemade food versus outside food. Some rules and regulations of this debate. One, you will have to put your camera on. Second, you'll have to speak slowly, clearly, cleanly, with a lot of pronunciation efforts, with a lot of intonations, and you have to share what you feel in a very impactful way, right? Ensure that you speak in an impactful way and say it out with a lot of emotions. So it's not just language, it is more than that. One. Second, you understood. First was the keeping camera open, that's important. Second, the rules and regulations. And the third one, everyone has to ask questions to the other people. So when Arvaz has spoken, Rajeshwari, Deepti, Pranchal, Sakshi, Dia, you'll have to ask questions to whom? To Arvaz. Because it's very important that he should get to respond to your questions as well. Is that okay? That makes sense? Everyone, you'll have to ask one question. Chali.
Yes.
So please, that's very important. So I think Sarita has joined, but then we'll start with Arvaz and then we'll move ahead. Okay, so yeah, Arvaz, over to you. Please carry on.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Jaivardhan. Today's topic is homemade food versus outside food. The topic is very important for all of you. And when I was in the hometown, I used to live with my family. I used to eat math of home food. My mother had not allowed me outside. Now I live in other city, but I have to eat outside food. Yeah, I have no time to make the food, so I like to outside food. Today's people like to outside because people have no time, and there are many options for the outside. People would like to eat in restaurant with my friend, and people order at home for outside food. Now I would like to about advantage, disadvantage of food and homemade food. First of all, I would like to say about home food. If you eat if you eat homemade food, it is very good for health. It is very fresh and it is increased unhealthy fats because the oil is used a lot in home food. Home food means improve digestion. Although you have spent time. Now I would like to say outside food advantage. Uh, people people like to uh, if you eat outside food, you can save time and you can visit your loving friend and you can enjoy your friends and you can learn about new foods. Now I would like to say about disadvantage. Main food, outside food. Outside food is very expensive. It is low calorie in outside food. It is not good for health. Now, now, this is my opinion. We should eat home made food. Thank you, sir.
All right, so we should eat homemade food, is what Arvas says in the end. So he has given some kind of an opinion from his side. He has tried to compare both the kinds of options. We have got homemade food versus outside food. So I'll just quickly resume whatever he just said, and then we'll suggest him some suggestions, if at all there'll be any, and then we'll open the session for discussion, right? Okay, so he says very interestingly, he starts with the fact that homemade food versus outside food, it is an important topic for all of us. Then he says, um, earlier, earlier he used to eat homemade food because he was there in his home with his mom and his family members. And his mom would never let him eat outside food. His mom would never let him eat outside food because he was at his home. But now, since he's in a different city, so he is bound, majboor hai wo, he's bound to eat outside food largely because he doesn't have a lot of time. And he says, in general opinion, then that in today's time, or people in today's time, they eat or they prefer outside food because they don't have time. He says that they have got many options in the restaurants, and even they can order at home. The applications Swiggy and Zomatos and all these Blinkits kind of options are there. You can always ask them to get you your food. And then he says there are some, I think he said disadvantages, but I think he wanted to say advantages of outside food. And then he wanted to compare them. So he says, if we talk about homemade food, it is good, it is fresh, it is healthy, and it doesn't have unhealthy fats. It has got all the positive aspects which are good for your health. Then he says that it also improves your digestion. If you eat homemade food, it has got a lot of spices in a balanced way, all important ingredients which help you in your digestion process as well. Um, although although you spend a lot of time, so he uses the word although, हालांकि आप बहुत ज़्यादा समय बिताते हैं उसको बनाने में, so although you spend a lot of time, but although blah blah blah, but blah blah blah. So although you have to spend a lot of time, but it is good for your health and for your digestion. Then he gives some positive aspects of outside food. He says that people like to eat outside food because it saves time. You can visit your friends and family members because you can go out and you can eat with them, and it's easier for you to move out because you don't have to invite them at your place. You can go out and you can enjoy and relax. And then he also talks about the fact that when you go out, you get to learn about new food. For example, some Chinese dishes, some Italian dishes, some American dishes. I don't know if such is the possibility for you to go out and explore new dishes. And that can only happen when you try it outside. You don't have to make everything at your home because at times when you make, it's not always the right outcome. So you can explore and try new dishes when you go out in the restaurants. And then he says that the negative points of outside food: it is expensive, you have to spend a lot of money, and then it is low in calories, and then it's bad for health. I think calorie wise also we can work on this one because it's not good in calories. That's what he wanted to say. And then he says we should eat homemade food, is what he says in the end, right? Is that so, Arvaz? Right?
Yes, sir.
Great. तो मेरे अब सजेशंस और उसके बाद हम सेशन को खोलेंगे, सब आपसे प्रश्न पूछेंगे. आपने कंटेंट अच्छा बोला, you spoke a good content, but the content was overall good, but you need some helping words here and there so that these helping words give a beautiful picture of what you are saying. What you did was you spoke in a good way. One, you had a good content, but you were missing out on the connecting words. So when you don't have connecting words, ऐसा लगता है कि आप सिर्फ sentences बोल रहे हो आइसोलेशन में. उनको जोड़ना पड़ेगा, उनको आपस में कनेक्ट करना पड़ेगा. उससे आप ना केवल एक फ्लुएंट साउंड करेंगे बल्कि सामने वाले को भी इंटरेस्ट आएगा आपकी बात को सुनने में. जैसे हमने आपको बताया. So hello everyone, today I'm going to talk on the topic which is homemade food versus outside food. It is an important topic for all of us. आपने कहा all of you, तो आप कैसे दूर हो गए टीम में से? All of us, not all of you, right? You are one of the participants. So all of us, हम सभी के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है. I used to eat, बड़ा अच्छा आपने बताया. पास्ट के अंदर हम अपनी आदतें बता रहे हैं. मैं खाया करता था, मैं जाया करता था. इसका एक और तरीका होता है, आप लोगों को पढ़ाया मैंने, याद है आपको? वुड करके हम बोलते थे. I used to eat को हम एक और क्या बोल सकते हैं रुबिना? I would eat. मैं खाता था. I would eat. As a child or when I used to live in my hometown, I would eat. Clear है सभी को? So that's very important that you have to understand. Yeah, perfect. So he says this. Then यहाँ पे एक सेंटेंस आपने बनाने का ट्राई किया अरबाज में, थोड़ा सा वो क्लमजी था सेंटेंस, बहुत क्लीन नहीं बना. My mother had not something but I think आपने कहा कि my mom would not allow me, मेरी मम्मी मुझे बाहर का खाना नहीं खाने देती थी because she was worried about my health. So my mother would not allow me to eat outside food. My mother would not allow me to eat outside food. ये सेंटेंस है कि my mother would not, मतलब मुझे बाहर का खाना नहीं खाने देती थी वो, या my mother had not allowed me. तो had not allowed me सिर्फ एक बार ही होता है, मेरी मम्मी ने मुझे बाहर खाने को नहीं दिया, तो वो सिर्फ एक बार ही हुआ. लेकिन would not allow me, वो मुझे नहीं खाने देती थी बाहर का खाना. सो would not करके हम यूज करेंगे. फिर इन्होंने कहा कि now I'm in the city. अब now in the city, so आपको और इसको कनेक्टिंग वर्ड्स कैसे यूज करने हैं अरबाज? But since I'm working in so and so city, so for me it is difficult to prepare food at home because it takes a lot of time and I have to prepare, I have to buy the ingredients, I have to buy vegetables, and I don't have that much of time, and I have to prepare myself for English, for interviews, for my other languages, and it consumes a lot of time. So I prefer to go out. ये सारे आप कंस्ट्रक्शंस यूज कीजिए. अब आपकी जो मेन बात है वो आपकी वही रखी हमने, पर उसके साथ हमने एडिशनल बातें और बोली हैं. उससे हमें एज अ लिसनर ट्रांजिशन में इजी लगता है कि अच्छा ओके पहले वहां थे, अच्छा अब यहाँ आ गए, ओके ये होता है. सो आपको एक जर्नी दिखानी होती है बोलते बोलते. एंड आई एज अ लिसनर विल ट्रैवल विद यू. सो ट्रैवलिंग आपके साथ तभी होगी जब आपकी बातें बहुत ही कैची होंगी और कनेक्टिंग वर्ड्स बीच में डालेंगे आप, राइट? आपको याद है मैंने एक शब्द सिखाया था आप सभी को, याद कीजिए. Do you remember this thing? What is that? पढ़िए. What is that?
Storytelling.
Storytelling. What does that mean, Rajeshwari? Storytelling. What does that mean? What is storytelling? Any guesses? क्या मतलब होता है? बताइए.
कहानी कहानी की तरह बोलना है.
हाँ, आपको अपनी बात को कहानी की तरह रखना है. एक बार की बात बताता हूँ मैं आपको. क्या बात हुई थी उस दिन, हम जा रहे थे वहां पे और इतनी मूसलाधार बारिश हुई, बस पूछो ही मत आप लोग. वहां से सामने से एक ऑटो आया 30 स्पीड से. अब आप जब ऐसी बातें करते हो ना, तो सामने वाले का इंटरेस्ट इतना ज्यादा अटैच्ड हो जाता है आपकी बात में कि वो सुनने लगता है आपकी बात को. आज का टाइम ये है. You know, there's something called attention span. I don't know if you've heard about this word. Does anyone know what is attention span? Attention span. Anyone? Attention span. सुना है आपने शब्द को? दीप्ति, रुबिना, किसी ने? Attention span क्या होता है? क्या होता है attention? Attention हिंदी में ध्यान. ध्यान का
ध्यान का तो टाइम होता है, मतलब अटेंशन को फिक्स करना.
हाँ,
अपना ध्यान को टाइम से टाइम तक देना।
ठीक है, ऑलमोस्ट करेक्ट है आपका। अटेंशन स्पैन का मतलब होता है एवरीवन, आपका जो ध्यान देने का जो एक पीरियड है वो अब कम होता जा रहा है। आप देख पाते हैं क्या 1-1 घंटे लंबे वीडियोस? आपको क्या देखनी है? फटाफट फटाफट क्या देखनी होती है बताइए? यूट्यूब पे रील्स देखनी होती है, शॉर्ट्स देखने होते हैं, जो कितनी देर चलते हैं? 30 सेकंड चलते हैं, 40 सेकंड चलते हैं, उससे ज्यादा कोई नहीं देखता, बोर हो जाते हैं आप। तो आप सोचिए आज के इस भागते दौड़ते जमाने में, इन सच अ फास्ट पेस्ड city and in such a fast paced society wherein we want to say something Arvaz but other person is not interested, how do you impact the other person in short and sweet way yet it is impactful? तो वो impactful कब होगा दीप्ति? जब आपकी बात ऐसी होगी कि वो सुनने को आतुर होगा, मजबूर होगा, जिज्ञासु होगा, तब जब आप करेंगे स्टोरी टेलिंग, क्योंकि उसका अटेंशन स्पैन छोटा 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 और छोटा हो चुका है। वो सिर्फ आपको 10 सेकंड सुनेगा, 10 सेकंड में कोई आपने ऐसी बात बोल दी तब तो वो सुनेगा आपको, अन्यथा यू हैव लॉस्ट द अपॉर्चुनिटी। इजंट इट? आर यू ऑल ओके विद दैट? इजंट इट हाउ द वर्ल्ड ऑपरेट्स?
सर
ऐसे ही
Yes, sir.
ऐसे ही चल रहा है आजकल पूरा, सब भागा दौड़ी में है, किसी का टाइम नहीं है, तो हम क्या कहते हैं, अरे वुड यू हैव 5 मिनट्स फॉर मी, वुड यू हैव 1 मिनट फॉर मी, वुड यू हैव 30 सेकंड्स फॉर मी, वुड यू हैव 2 सेकंड्स फॉर मी? तो 2 सेकंड में अपना एक ऐसा शब्द बोलिए कि वो सामने वाला आपकी बात सुन सके। सो इसलिए हमें ध्यान रखना है अरबाज एंड एवरीवन एल्स एंड इट्स फॉर मी एज वेल, दैट व्हेनेवर आई से समथिंग इट शुड बी इन अ स्टोरी टेलिंग मोड। व्हाई? बिकॉज पीपल्स अटेंशन स्पैन हैज रिड्यूस्ड अ लॉट। अब आप खुद ही देखिए ना, 1 घंटे के वीडियो से आप कहाँ आ गए हैं रुबिना? 30 सेकंड्स के हम शॉर्ट्स पे आ गए हैं, और 30 सेकंड हम बोर हो जाते हैं, हम नेक्स्ट पे करते हैं। सो सच इज द वर्ल्ड। तो हमें तो वर्ल्ड के साथ चलना पड़ेगा। अगर कोई ऐसे बोलता है, मान लीजिए मैं ऐसे बोलता, हेलो I would like to tell you about, आप अरे यार सर आप बंद करो, हमें नहीं सुननी आपकी रामायण। So maybe that way, with all positive aspect towards Ramayana, but when it is like a lengthy episode, we tend to say it's too long, so I don't want to listen to that. So that's how it has got a lot of episodes, so we would try to not move into it. Everyone wants it to be quick, so उस हिसाब से हमें इंश्योर करना है कि हम इसका ध्यान रखें। So ये ध्यान रखिएगा कि आपकी बात बहुत सटीक हो, स्पष्ट हो, एक बार में बोली जाए और टारगेट ओरिएंटेड हो। चलिए, क्लियर है हर बात? आपको समझ में आ रहा है?
Yes, sir.
ये बहुत जेनरिक बातें हैं, ये बहुत लेकिन इंपैक्टफुल बातें। हम जब किसी इंटरव्यू में जाते हैं, हम किसी से बात करते हैं, तो हमें ध्यान रखना है कि सामने वाले के समय की हमें कद्र करनी है, चाहे वो कह रहा हो कि नहीं नहीं आप आराम से बोलिए, आप फिर भी स्पष्ट होके क्लीन होके बोलिए। सो द ओनली सजेशन वुड बी फॉर एवरीवन एंड फॉर अरबाज इन दिस केस दैट प्लीज ensure that you use these connecting words clearly and you speak it in a way that you don't stop in between। और ये connecting words हमें क्या हेल्प करते हैं अरबाज? बोलते रहने में हेल्प करते हैं, आगे से आगे, आगे से आगे, आगे से आगे। वरना होता क्या है कि हम सिर्फ क्लीन पॉइंट्स बोलते हैं तो हमारी बात बड़ी अटपटी सी लगती है कि बड़ा मशीन की तरह बोल दिया। सो वो अपनापन नहीं आता है, तो ये ध्यान रखिएगा। रेस्ट एवरीथिंग वाज नाइस, आई थिंक रेस्ट द पॉइंट्स वर इंटरेस्टिंग, आई रियली लाइक द पॉइंट्स। हार्डवर्क आपका दिख रहा है, बट कहीं कहीं जो आपके कनेक्टर्स थे उनको आप यूज कीजिएगा। सो कनेक्टर्स में क्या क्या आप यूज कर सकते हैं? फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल, देन, moreover, afterwards, next, or in the end, finally। तो जब भी अपनी बात रखें तो आप इस प्रकार से अपनी बात रख सकते हैं। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड लाइक टू से, सबसे पहले मैं कहना चाहूंगा, देन ब्ला ब्ला ब्ला, मोर ओवर, इसके अतिरिक्त, इसके एडिशनल, फिर आफ्टरवर्ड्स, बाद में, नेक्स्ट, देन इन द एंड, और फाइनली। ठीक है, इन शब्दों को आप जब काम में लेते हैं तो आप सामने वाले को थोड़ा सा हैंड होल्ड करते हैं, अच्छा अच्छा, पहले, बाद में, ये वो ऐसे करके। चलिए, इज दैट ओके अरबाज? फाइन? यस?
Yes, sir.
चलिए, ग्रेट। सो फटाफट से सवाल पूछने हैं। बताइए रुबीना, क्या क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे अरबाज से आप?
मैंने तो कुछ सुना ही नहीं।
ओ, सुना ही नहीं आपने? कल पूछेगा रिकॉर्डिंग सुनने के बाद, ठीक है? चलिए दीप्ति आप पूछिए। सभी को एक एक सवाल रेडी रखना है। ध्यान रखिए, सवाल पूछना भी एक कला होती है। लेट्स आस्क क्वेश्चंस। पूछिए फटाफट से, रेडी रखिए। दीप्ति पूछिए, नहीं तो मैं नाम लेके बुलवाऊंगा। किसको पूछना है? फटाफट पूछिए।
सर मैं पूछूं?
यस प्लीज राजेश्वरी, गो अहेड।
Hello Arbaz, how often you go out to eat?
या हाउ ऑफन डू यू गो आउट टू ईट? बताइए। Arvaz, did you get the question?
So
Again?
when I get what time, so I have to eat outside.
When I get lot time, I
Also, I would like to eat at weekend time.
like to eat. Okay. All right. So he says. So the question raised by Rajeshwari was, Arvaz, how often do you go out to eat? How often do you go out to eat? Often is प्रायः. मतलब कितना लगातार आप जाते हैं? प्रायः आप जाते हो बाहर खाना खाने. So he says, when I get a lot of time, जब भी मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा समय मिलता है, whenever I get a lot of time or whenever I have free time, I go out to eat. And but usually I'd like to eat at the weekends. I'd like to eat outside on the weekends. On the weekends. On the weekends. Perfect. All right, great. That was a good question. Anyone else quickly? पूछिए. एक दूसरे सवाल तो पूछिए. साक्षी, पूछ ही नहीं रहे आज तो आप. प्रांजल, मानसी. No? सब लोग सोचते हैं हम भी नहीं पूछते तो हमसे मत पूछना. ये आप लोगों ने अपनी सेटिंग कर रखी है आपस में. ऐसा? No?
What's your favorite food?
Yeah, so Dia wants to ask you a question. Yeah, Dia, once again, please.
Hello, Arvaz. What's your favorite food?
My favorite food is biryani.
Okay, my favorite food is biryani. Okay, great. That's true. And why? Why do you like biryani? Do you like for the taste, for, I don't know, whatever the
Very
reason?
tasty.
Purely for the taste. And do you like to prepare at home or do you like to eat it outside?
Outside.
And why not at home? Why don't you learn to prepare?
I could not make biryani, but I would like to eat outside in restaurant.
Okay, I cannot make. मैं बना नहीं सकता हूँ. I'm not able to make because of maybe the recipe is such, because the recipe is such, इस प्रकार का उसका बनाने का तरीका है कि it's difficult for me to prepare at home, so I eat outside. Okay, and do you think, Arvaz, the taste is better outside than at the home?
Yes, sir.
Is it? Okay. I recall Deepthi saying this to me yesterday. She loves to explore outside food because she finds the taste is different, or I don't know, better is not the right word, but it's tastier outside than inside. Is it, Deepthi? Do you find that? Yeah, do you think so, Deepthi, that the taste is different and it's finger licking? It's finger licking outside than inside? Yes? What is finger licking? हाँ exactly, finger licking, right? आप उंगलियां चाट जाते हो जब आप बाहर वो जब खाते हो चटपटा खाना, finger licking, right? So I don't know how much does it make sense for the people who eat with their forks and knives. तो ये तो बिल्कुल इंडियन हमारा एक कॉन्सेप्ट है finger licking. तो इसको आप विदेश में अगर यूज करते हैं तो be very careful because they'll be like, but finger licking, ये हाथ कहाँ से बीच में आ गया? हम तो हाथ से खाते ही नहीं है ना. So it depends on the culture as well. So this is our culture to eat with our hands. Okay. Rubina wants to ask a question perhaps. Is that, Rubina, you would like to ask a question to Arvaz?
Yes, I want to, yes.
बताइए, please.
Arvaz, from which city you are belong to?
But
Which one?
no,
Bengal biryani?
no, Delhi.
Okay. So you should try once when you you will visit to Kolkata or Bengal. Just try the Bengal biryani. That is the my suggestion I want to give you.
All right.
You might be like, you might be like,
You might love it. You might love it.
or you might love it. Okay.
Yeah, you might love it. आपको पसंद आ सकती है शायद. You might love it. Okay, great. But that's a good suggestion. Yeah.
Thank you for suggesting. When I get chance, I will eat Bengali biryani.
Yeah.
See, this Bengal biryani is different from the other biryani like Kerala, Hyderabad, all these things, all these cities.
Right. Okay.
It's completely different from ours.
Right. Okay. Oh, that's a good suggestion.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, thank you, Rubina, for that beautiful suggestion. I think that that really is tempting for all of us. Tempting, right? Tempting is tempting. Tempting मतलब समझते हैं आप?
logo you like
Tempting. Anyone? What does tempting mean? Tempting. Ah, it's very tempting. Sorry, tempting means what? I think Dia said something. हाँ, tempting. आपकी बड़ी इच्छा होती है, tempting. ये खाने पीने की चीज भी हो सकती है और कोई एक्टिविटी भी हो सकती है. Oh, it's very tempting. आपका मन ललचाता है उसके प्रति. Very good. And mouth watering. Mouth watering. मुंह में पानी आना. हाँ. अब आप लोगों ने पता नहीं राजेश्वरी जी के केक्स देखे नहीं देखे ग्रुप के अंदर, तो you could always say it was mouth watering. It was indeed mouth watering. Great. Chali, wonderful. So that's true. See, unless you exchange, you cannot move ahead. So it's very important that we ask questions and we listen to lot many people. कितने लोग कितने तरीके से अंग्रेजी बोलते हैं, हम तो हमारे तरीके से बोलते हैं, but people speak in so many ways that you have to accommodate all these ways and you have to accustom yourself. You have to accustom yourself. Accustom मतलब होता है अपने आप को अभ्यस्त करना. You have to accustom yourself to these varieties of English. So किसी ने कैसे बोला, किसी ने कैसे बोला, हर एक की बात सुननी समझनी तो आनी चाहिए, बोलना आपको अपने स्टाइल में, जो स्टैंडर्ड स्टाइल है, right? That's how you have to do. Okay, perfect, Arbaz. Thank you. One last quick question to Arbaz. Arbaz, you said that you are working, you're in a different city in Noida now, and you're no more in your native city. So you don't find a lot of time to prepare food at home, and you go outside to eat, food in the restaurant or other places. So how do you balance the two? Because you already said that eating too much of outside food is not good for your health. So how do you make a balance? Do you prepare sometimes? Do you go sometimes out? Or largely you go outside to eat? Or largely you prepare at home? How do you do? Arvaz?
I get more the time at my home.
Okay. Most of the time I'm at my home, so I prepare food at my home. Okay. And Arvaz, when you prepare it, do you prepare seriously with a lot of time and a lot of ingredients, or you just do it like someone who is not very interested in cooking food? And I mean, I used to do that way when I was abroad. I used to just cook rapidly anything, and I would eat and I would just push off for my work. But do you prepare it very sincerely? You take a lot of time with all the ingredients. Do you do that way, or how do you do? Or rapidly you cook it?
Depend on time.
Depends on time.
Many times, when I have many times, so I make the food till many times. When I get a lot of time, so
Right.
I cooked soon.
Okay.
I cook soon.
I cook rapidly, right? I cook rapidly. Okay, I got it. So not many times. You would say when I have more time, जब मेरे पास ज़्यादा समय होता है, when I have more time, I prepare peacefully with a lot of interest, with a lot of passion. But when I am in a haste, I am in a haste, और मैं जब जल्दी में होता हूँ, when I'm in a haste, I cook it quickly, I prepare it quickly, rapidly, and then I just eat and I just push off. Push off मतलब होता है निकल जाना. Push off. Push off होता है निकल जाना, और मैं फिर अपने इधर उधर चला जाता हूँ, right? Push off. Okay. और जो दूसरा आपने कहा था, many times, बहुत बार हमने देखा है. We have seen many times. तो वहां पे many लगता है बहुत बार. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे जो है जब ज्यादा समय होगा अरबाज तो more time. Correct? All right, perfect. Let's quickly move ahead with the next speaker. We have Rajeshwari. So I think even before Rajeshwari, I'll just request Sarita, because we had Sarita. Sarita, you remember you are still to talk on the topic hobbies. Sarita, you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So हम फटाफट का सरिता का point लेंगे, because otherwise we'll lose the track of everything. So हम एक बार सरिता के साथ. Yeah. Who's that? Rubina, tell me.
Yes. One word you have said, no, that
Accustom. Accustom. Yeah. Accustom means आपको आदत हो जाती है उसकी. You get used to. Yeah. To habituate. इसको बोलते हैं habituate.
Okay. Accustom.
Yeah. To accustom.
Okay.
ये सभी आप यूज कर सकते हैं. To accustom, to habituate, to get used to, ये सभी तरीके हैं wherein आपको उस चीज की आदत हो जाती है.
Okay.
Right?
Thank you, sir.
Not a problem. All right. So we'll carry on with the next sheet. All right, over to you, Sarita. We'd like to quickly listen from your side. Hobbies, why are they important and what are your hobbies? Right, Sarita?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Good evening, everyone.
Good
I
evening.
am going.
Yeah.
I am going to talk about importance of hobby.
Mhm.
Hobby is one activity
Hmm.
which we do in our free time.
Right.
Hobby play a very important role in our lives. The relax our mind and make us happy. They bring us away from stress for some time and we just forget all the worries.
Right.
They make our lives interesting and enjoyable. Type of hobbies, different people have different hobbies according to their tasted temperament and interests. Some of the hobbies are reading, gardening, painting, cooking, photography, traveling, listening to songs, etc.
Right. All right. Thank you, Sarita. Perfect. Wonderful. So I think Sarita gave us a little nutshell. Nutshell होता है संक्षिप्त में, उसको nutshell बोलते हैं. In a nutshell. NUTSHELL. ये कब हम काम में लेते हैं दीप्ति? In a nutshell. आपने बहुत सारी बातें बोल दी और अंत में आपने कहा in a nutshell we should eat homemade food. In a nutshell. क्या मतलब होता है? संक्षिप्त में. अंत में जब अपनी बात को wrap up करेंगे तो आप कहेंगे in a nutshell blah blah blah, जो भी आपकी बात है. So in a nutshell she speaks about this whole topic and then she says that hobbies are very important. They are practiced in our free time and they play an important role in each one's life. They make us happy, of course they make us happy. They get us away from our stress, our worries, our tensions. And then she says that they make our life enjoyable. You start enjoying your life the moment you have hobbies in your life. And then she says that different people have different hobbies, that's true. And she says that different hobbies depend on different reasons. Like it can be people's tastes, people's interests, people's temperaments. Temperaments, unka mood, unka kaisa unka haav bhav hai, that's true. And then in the end she says there are many hobbies like painting, dancing, traveling, photography, listening to music. Great. And what about you, Sarita? What is your favorite hobby? What do you like to do the most?
I like traveling and reading books and listening to song music.
Okay, so you like to travel, to listen to music and reading books. And where do you like to travel? Do you like to travel in other states or other
Yes.
countries? Or okay, so you like to visit new places. And do you maintain a personal diary? Do you record whatever you visit, whatever you feel, whatever you experience? Do you write it in your personal diary?
Yes, sir.
You do?
Yes, sir.
Oh, great. And how do you write? You write in Hindi or English?
Hindi, sir.
Hindi. But now will you start writing it in English?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's a wonderful activity, because you have a lot of emotions and your creativity comes out when you see people, when you see monuments, when you see beautiful places. Something happens in your mind and you want to write it down. And believe me, that moment, that emotion is only for that point. It is transient. Transient मतलब वो उसी क्षण होता है, फिर वो गायब हो जाता है. So you have to ensure that you note it down, you document it, and then when you read that your written creation after a long time, you would be remembering all that you saw, all that you felt. So it's very important. It's a good thing. I think you should do it in English as well. And then I think you also like to listen to music. What kind of music do you like to listen to, Sarita?
Yes.
Which kind of music? Sarita?
Yes, sir. Hindi music.
Hindi music. Okay. But now would you start listening to English music as well? Some soft English songs?
Yes, sir.
That's something very important. I don't know if you like English songs. If not, then please start listening to English songs. Simple ones. When you will, if you ask me, I will definitely send some songs to you on the group. You do watch them, and always ensure everyone that you watch them with the subtitles, with the lyrics. That helps you to understand them in a better way, right? So if you ask me, I will send it to you. So don't worry at all. There are many songs wherein they say with if clauses and past regret clauses, everything is there. So it really helps us to strengthen our understanding. Okay, great, Sarita. I have just few suggestions for you, and then we'll ask others if they have questions for you. एक शब्द होता है TALK. आपको ध्यान रखना है इसको कैसे बोलना है आपको. टॉक. बोलिए सरिता. टॉक. टॉक. एल को नहीं पढ़ना. टॉक. इसी परिवार का एक और शब्द होता है WALK. कैसे बोलते हैं सरिता? वेरी गुड. वॉक. वॉक. बोलिए वॉक. वॉक. टॉक. चॉक. राइट. सो इस तरीके से ये शब्द हैं. एक आपने बोला इम्पोर्टेंट ऑफ हॉबीज. इम्पोर्टेंट नहीं, इम्पोर्टेंस. टुडे आई एम गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट द इम्पोर्टेंस ऑफ हॉबीज. वो देखना है. बाकी ठीक था, आपका कंटेंट अच्छा था, एवरेज कंटेंट था, बहुत ज्यादा लैविश नहीं था, पर ठीक है, चालू करने के लिए अच्छा है. बट हमेशा आप सभी को मेरा एक सुझाव है, टॉपिक्स पे whenever you have to speak, go on internet, search new content, read it and tell yourself, oh it's very interesting, let me write it down, let me use it in my class. अगर बहुत ही हाई फाई है तो मत काम में लीजिए, बहुत ही एवरेज है मुझे आता है तो मत काम में लीजिए. अगर कुछ एक्स्ट्रा आपको मिलता है इंटरनेट से तो उसको जरूर लिखिए एंड यूज इट इन द क्लास. दैट्स हाउ यू आर गोइंग टू मेस्मराइज अदर्स. मेस्मराइज करना यानी दूसरों को हैरान कर देना. मेस्मराइज. Mesmerize. 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 Mesmerize, right? Mesmerize others means उनको हैरान चकित कर देना. Okay, so anyone has any questions for Sarita? Quickly. Yeah. So Rubina and Rajeshwari. Rajeshwari, over to you.
Yeah. Hi, Sarita. You said you like to read. So, who is your favorite author?
Who is your favorite author? Who is your favorite author? Sarita, who's your favorite author? Sarita, do you have any?
I like some short story.
Oh, you like short stories. Okay, she likes short stories. But any author? Any specific author?
No, sir.
No? Okay, in general, she likes to read. Okay, perfect, not a problem. Okay, Rubina, you'd like to ask something to Sarita?
Yes. Good evening, Sakita.
Good evening.
How are you?
I am fine. Thank you for
Okay. So, my question is that you like to visit places, right? So
Yes.
that's my question is which place have you visited last time? Do you have any memory with that places, or could you share with us?
last one is Dehradun, Missouri.
Okay. And if you could tell a little bit about that, we can travel with you now. You can take us to that place.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a little bit on that, Sarita. Give us 2-3 sentences, what you did, how you enjoyed. We'll be traveling with you. बताइए. कुछ बताइए वहाँ के बारे में थोड़ा बहुत, सो हम आपके साथ घूमेंगे अभी शब्दों.
Because I love to listen to stories.
Oh, you love to listen to stories from others. Yeah, Sarita, tell us something. What did you do? When did you go? Was it last year or this year itself? Which month?
Sir, I did not understand the question, sir.
Oh, I did not understand the question. Okay, but अच्छा बोला आपने. I didn't understand the question. The question is, which place did you visit last time? You said it was Dehradun and Mussoorie. So Rubina wants you to give more of details. If you can share as to when did you go, with whom did you go, what did you do, were there places really remarkable to see and visit, so that we also can plan some outings. Is it clear now, Sarita?
Yes, sir.
Now, so थोड़ा बहुत बताइए क्या किया, किसके साथ गए और कुछ क्या खाया पिया वहाँ पे, क्या अच्छी जगह है, so that हम भी प्लान करें जाने का.
सर मैं इंग्लिश में नहीं बोल पाऊंगी.
ओके, ये आपका होमवर्क है, आप थोड़ा सा लिख के लाइएगा, अगली क्लास में कल आपसे सुनेंगे, ठीक है?
ओके सर.
चलिए, राइट रुबीना, यू रिमाइंड मी टुमारोज क्लास. सरिता,
Yes, yes.
सरिता विल डू अ लिटिल स्टोरी फॉर अस फॉर 1 मिनट. देखिए 1 मिनट भी आप बोलते हैं ना, बहुत लंबा होता है 1 मिनट. 1 मिनट आप चुप रह के बैठिए, आपको 1 मिनट की वैल्यू पता चलेगी. तो 1 मिनट भी बोलना बहुत बड़ा काम होता है. सो 1 मिनट आप बोलिएगा सरिता, बहुत ज्यादा नहीं, ठीक है? 1 मिनट पूरा नॉन स्टॉप.
सर मैं कल कल इंग्लिश में बोलूंगी सर.
हाँ.
हिंदी में नहीं बोल पाऊंगी.
हाँ, कल अंग्रेजी में बोलना है और आज हिंदी में नहीं बोलना है, तो कल ही बोलना है. चलिए, okay, we'll carry on. So we are through with this topic that was on hobbies. We'll quickly move ahead and we'll start with the next person. We have Rajeshwari. She's going to talk on the topic homemade food versus outside food. Over to you, Rajeshwari.
Hello everyone, my name is Rajeshwari and today I am speaking about the topic homemade food versus outside food. In my opinion, homemade food is healthier than outside food. When we cook at home, we can control salt, spices, oil, fat, etc. On the other hand, outside food contains high sodium, saturated fat, and artificial color, which leads to health risks. Homemade food is made with the fresh ingredients and it contains rich nutrition. Fast food is lacked nutrients. Homemade food boosts immunity and improves digestion and also helps in weight control. Fast food contains high calories which leads to obesity. It can cause digestive issues as well. Homemade food is preservative free and fast food contains preservative, which is not good for our health. Home cooked meals are time consuming but it's cost effective and it promotes healthy living. Fast food is easy to access but can be expensive and addictive. In fast-paced lifestyle, it's difficult not to eat outside because in our hectic life, sometimes people want to go out and eat outside with family and friends. It is sometimes okay, and we can choose some healthy options. There are new healthy food restaurants are also available. At the end, we have to decide how often we have to eat outside or home cooked meal. Finally, it's all about our health. That's it from my side. Thanks for the listening.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. I think you beautifully said your points, Rajeshwari. You started in an interesting way, and then in the end, you said finally. So, when you said finally, that gives us the message that she's about to wrap up everything that she said. And I think this time it was wonderful because, you know, last time you were in a great speed. This time you were easygoing, you really stressed on your words, and I felt that there's a great change in the way you express yourself. So, bravo, wonderful. I think if you pick up these little things, they'll be embellishing your whole work. Great.
Okay.
Perfect. So I think I'll just quickly wrap up whatever she said. Although it's very, did everyone understand? सबको समझ में आया? Whatever she said. Yes. We can have thumbs up. Yeah, we can have always thumbs up. अगर आप unmute करके कैमरा खोल के नहीं बोलना चाहते तो आप thumbs up का एक option, हाँ, hearts का है, thumbs up का है. You have a lot of options to, you know, encourage each other. Yeah, that's true. So I think she very beautifully said that. In my opinion, I think that was a very interesting, catchy line. मेरे अनुसार, in my opinion, मैं सबकी बात नहीं कर रही हूँ. In my opinion, and whatever she said. So she talks about the fact that we can control. When we prepare food at home, we can control. We have that option of controlling salt, sugar, spices, and everything. And she says that in the outside food, there's a lot of artificial flavors that are added, and they all are chemical based, so they're not good for our health. And then she says that sodium quantity is a lot in outside food, whereas home food is rich in nutrition. It helps in controlling weight as well, and at times, I mean, largely there are no preservatives. It's healthy, and as far as outside food, she says that it is expensive. You can have an addiction for it. You can get addicted to it. It can be addictive. The food can be addictive to you, and you would want to go out every weekend or every day or maybe every second day. It is full of preservatives. So when we say preservatives, वो सारे chemicals हैं जो उस खाने को लंबे समय तक बनाए रखते हैं, which is not good because it is not natural. Then She says we can also suffer with digestive issues if we eat a lot of outside food. But when it is home food, we don't have such problems because all the ingredients are such that they help us even in digesting our food timely. So I think that way it makes a lot of sense. And fast food lacks quality elements. There are no quality elements. Even if they want to add, I don't know, there was a report that said that people, instead of when they prepare the ketchup, the tomato ketchup, so it's not the right one. They would rather use the pumpkin as a base, and they would use artificial colors, and that's how they prepare. So it's not good. And something very interesting, she says, it's difficult not to eat outside. क्या मतलब है इसका? Apart from Rajeshwari, you can raise hand and say, it's difficult not to eat outside. क्या मतलब है इस वाक्य का? It's difficult not to eat outside. Who can tell? Anyone? It's difficult not to eat outside. बताइए क्या मतलब है इसका? Instead of Raj, हाँ बताइए दिया.
इसका मतलब ये है कि हम खुद को बाहर खाना खाने से रोकना ही हमारे लिए बहुत मुश्किल है.
हाँ exactly, it's difficult not to eat outside. बाहर न खाना मुश्किल है, यानी हम ना चाहकर भी हम बाहर पहुंच ही जाते हैं खाने. That's true. Because she says because of hectic life, HECTIC, hectic life है, बहुत ही भागा दौड़ी वाली जिंदगी है. And then she says it's okay, sometimes we can choose healthy options, but in the end we have to decide what suits us. But finally she says that it's a good choice to always eat at home, but of course you can always have a variety by picking up the right options for yourself. Okay, great. I think largely it was beautifully said. You have included everything. मुझे तो ज़्यादा कोई लगा नहीं कि मैं कुछ points आपको suggest करूं. So it's good. एक जगह बस मुझे ऐसा लगा शायद आपने it lack बोला, it lacks की जगह. So आपको हाँ आपको S उस word को थोड़ा सा control करना है. बाकी everything was nice. So I think last time what I suggested you, we have incorporated them as points. So I think that really made a lot of sense. And ensure that you don't forget them, because क्या होता है धीरे धीरे आपकी वो आदत बन जानी चाहिए कि हाँ मुझे धीमे बोलना है, मुझे दम लगा के आवाज को रखना है, मुझे क्लीन बोलना है, मुझे एक बार में अच्छा बोलना है, मुझे उसमें इंटोनेशन देना है, मुझे उसमें प्रोनाउंसिएशन पे ध्यान रखना है, मुझे उसे स्टोरी टेलिंग के रूप में बताना है, मुझे उसमें इमोशंस डालने हैं, मुझे उसमें वेरिएशंस लेके आने हैं. ये इतना सारा काम है, बट जो अंत में जो निकल के आता है फाइनल प्रोडक्ट, बिलीव मी इट इज सूदिंग टू द ईयर्स. कानों को इतना मधुर लगेगा वो कि कितना अच्छा बोला इन्होंने. सो इस पे हमें काम करना है धीरे धीरे. सो इसमें देखिए अंग्रेजी तो मैंने कहीं बोली नहीं, मैंने ये तो कहा ही नहीं कि अंग्रेजी बोलनी है, क्योंकि वो तो आप बोलेंगे ही बोलेंगे, बट अंग्रेजी आप बेहतर कैसे बोलेंगे इन पैरामीटर्स पे. सो यू विल एनी हाउ यू एंड अप स्पीकिंग इंग्लिश. इट्स नॉट जस्ट बिकॉज ऑफ मी, इट्स बिकॉज ऑफ यू. You are interested in learning this language, so you will anyhow, you've already started speaking English, so in a span of few more months I see you speak fluently in English. But how do you distinguish yourself from other people? आप अपने आप को दूसरे से भिन्न कैसे करते हैं? By imparting these qualities of a good speaker. Only then would you be able to show yourself in a better way than anyone else. All right, great. So since Rajeshwari was asking questions, we have questions for her. Do we have questions for her? Anyone? Oh, Arvaz has a question. Yeah, Arvaz, over to you. बताइए Arvaz. Yeah, Arvaz. Yeah, yeah.
Hello?
Yes.
Hello, Arvaz. I'm good. Thank you.
Question is which food do you like at home?
I like simple dal rice at homemade food.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. Anyone else for any other question? No?
Hello, Hari. How are you?
Hello, Dina. I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
So, I'm also good right now. Is it possible for you to cook food at home because you are working?
No, Dia, I'm not working. I'm a housewife and I cook at home and I prefer cooking at home.
Okay. I thought you were working.
No. I was working, but currently I'm not working.
Right.
Okay, okay. Thank you.
Perfect. Great. But do you find ingredients in your city? Because when you talk about the Indian food, Rajeshwari, since you're living abroad, you're in Switzerland. So do you find Indian spices, things around you in the same taste, perhaps?
Yes, sir. Here there are few Indian and Sri Lankan shops
Right.
So we can find everything, yes. So
Okay.
there is no problem.
There's no
Yeah.
problem about the taste at all, is it?
No, no.
Okay, wonderful, great. Chaliye, wonderful. So we'll quickly move ahead. I think there was one little point that was raised by this. Pranjal, do you want to ask something? Pranjal, do you want to say something?
No, sir,
No.
it was by mistake.
It was by mistake. Okay, but see, I took your name, so I'll ask you now to speak after. But I think Rubin had already raised her hand. Please keep raising your hand so that I get to know who is going to speak the next. Keep raising your hands. Okay. Before that, quickly, there was one question raised by Arvaz. Arvaz said, "Can you listen to me? Can you listen to me?" Because he was not sure if his voice was reaching to Rajeshwari. ऐसी स्थिति में हमारा प्रश्न ये नहीं होता है, "Can you listen to me?" क्या होना चाहिए प्रश्न? Anyone?
Am I audible?
Okay. So am I audible तो सही है. Am I audible? सही, ये भी सही है. It's not incorrect. It should be, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? तो हम ये बोलते हैं, राइट अरबाज? ये जो प्रश्न होता है ना, कैन यू लिसन टू मी, वो तब होता है तुम मेरी सुन सकते हो क्या? बिल्कुल नहीं सुनते हो. कैन यू लिसन टू मी? दैट इज द कॉन्टेक्स्ट. डू यू गेट दैट एवरीवन? कैन यू लिसन टू मी? राइट? तो वो है लिसन. हेयर होता है सुन पाना. सुन पाने पे हम बोलते हैं राजेश्वरी कैन यू हेयर मी? यस सर आई कैन हेयर यू. लेकिन लिसन का होता है राजेश्वरी लिसन टू मी. दैट्स अ डिफरेंट कॉन्टेक्स्ट. मुझे सुनो, मेरी बात को सुनो. पर क्या मुझे सुन पा रहे हो? तब हम हेयर यूज करते हैं. और कैन यू लिसन टू मी मतलब ये होता है अरे मेरे को भी तो सुन लो, कोई सभी अपनी अपनी बातें कर रहे हो, सो कैन यू ऑल लिसन टू मी नाउ. तो उस केस में होगा. गॉट द डिफरेंस एवरीवन? रुबिना, इज इट क्लियर? सरिता? सो यू हैव टू इंश्योर. तो ये ध्यान रखिएगा, ये अंग्रेजी में हम गड़बड़ करते तो सामने वाले को पता चल जाता है कि ये लिसन और हेयर में अभी भी कंफ्यूज है. सो यू हैव टू इंश्योर दैट यू यूज द राइट कंस्ट्रक्शन. ओके. Yeah, of course. Am I audible तो बड़ा अच्छा है. Am I audible? Am I visible? Am I audible? Am I visible? तो ये तो आप पूछते ही हैं. चलिए. So we'll quickly move ahead. And yeah, we remember that as far as the cakes are concerned, you are an expert in making and baking beautiful cakes, Rajeshwari. So I'm pretty sure this question doesn't exist for you. Do you buy cakes outside or do you prepare them every time at home?
Sometimes I buy from outside as well, sir.
Okay. And how do you find them? Because you are an expert in baking cakes. So do you find that they bake equally good? Yeah.
As comparing to India, I don't like cake from here,
Okay.
but I like cake from Indian cakes are more moist and soft
Okay.
than here.
Oh, is it? Acha. And why so? Why is that difference? In general, the cakes over there are not soft over there. Is it a specific reason because of the way they prepare food? The way they prepare cakes? Or they like that way?
Here only so the cakes which is made with the fruits, they are soft, but otherwise the cake, chocolate cake, they are mostly
Hard.
not soft that much.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
We are ready to eat
don't know
each. We are ready to eat each kind of cake. So for us, it's perfectly fine. If you don't, what about others? Would you all be okay if she brought us some chocolate cakes which are too hard? We'll be very happy to have them as well. No, definitely. I really wish to meet all of you in person. Let's see when that day would come. But nevertheless, till that time, we can always be connected online. Okay, so thank you, Rajeshwari. It was great. Thank you so much. It's indeed a family of ours wherein we all are trying to help each other. So please इस ग्रुप पे जुड़े रहिए, अपनी अंग्रेजी में रिकॉर्ड करके बातें भेजिए. I really would want to listen to people speak in English. And that's how we have to grow. कुछ भी आप लिख रहे हैं इसमें पूछिए, बताइए, सुनिए, समझिए, शेयर कीजिए. The more you share, the more you grow. और एक जो हमारा इनहिबिशन होता है, हमारा जो एप्रीहेंशन होता है, अरे क्या सोचेंगे लोग, वो क्या बोलेगा, वो क्या समझेगी, और मुझे नहीं आता. डोंट वरी एट ऑल. हम इस ग्रुप में तो किसी को कोई जज करने वाले नहीं है. आपको जो बोलना है बोलिए. ऑफ कोर्स हमारी जो लिमिट्स हैं सिर्फ पढ़ाई लिखाई से संबंधित, उस पर बोलिए, पूछिए, करिए और आगे बढ़िए. इफ यू फील एट टाइम्स यू आर स्टक समवेयर, यू ड्रॉप अ मैसेज टू मी, रिकॉर्ड योर वॉइस, सर आई वांट टू से दिस, इज इट लाइक दिस, I said this, was it correct? So you can always ask, the more you speak, the better you become. That's the only option. All right. So pleasure is always mine. We'll quickly move ahead and let's listen to who is the next one. Was it Rubina? I remember Rubina raised her hand way back. If she doesn't want to speak, we can ask Sakshi and then Pranjal. So we'll go that way. So Sakshi and then Pranjal. And then Rubina, we do that way?
Yes.
Okay, so Sakshi, Pranjal and Rubina. Okay, Sakshi, over to you. Chali, Sakshi, you'll have to unmute yourself. You'll have to put your camera on today. I would want to see you people. Come on.
Sorry, sir. I'm not.
Oh, I'm not able to put my camera on today. Okay, not a problem. Carry on.
Yeah. Yeah. Hare Krishna, everyone. My name
Good
is
evening.
Sakshi.
Yeah.
Today's topic is homemade food and outside food. So I'm telling about it. Today's people all like junk food, which is not good for health. It is very just tasty but not healthy at all. I also used to add a lot earlier, but when I came to know that it is very bad for health, then I can eat all up, and my mother also never lets me eat it. When eating outside, there are some things to consider about food safety and healthy options. Eating food outside the home can increase the risk of food poisoning because food can become contaminated if it's left out of its regular environment for the long distance, especially to a warm weather. So be extra careful with packed lunches and picnic. Junk food is a high in calories, fat, sugar, salt, and processed carbohydrates, but low in nutrients. Eating junk food regularly can have negative effects on your health such as obesity, high blood pressure, high blood sugar, and cardiac conditions. Homemade food. Homemade food generally tends to be more nutrient dense as it is made with fresh ingredients and does not contain any preservations. On the other hand, homemade food is often higher in fiber and it includes fruits, vegetables, and whole grains, which help to promote digestive health, maintain healthy blood sugar levels, and reduce the risk of chronic diseases such as heart diseases, stroke, and cancer.
All right, wonderful. Okay, I think you did talk about Sakshi the harmful effects of fast food or the outside food, especially focusing on the problems that we can suffer, especially the diseases that we can have for ourselves if we have a lot of outside food or fast food. So I think I'll just quickly sum up. To sum up, to sum up means उसको एक साथ wrap up करना, उसको बोलते हैं I'll sum up what Sakshi just said. I'll sum up, SUMUP, sum up करना होता है, उसको एक बार सार बताना उसका. So as I'm sure you would not understand what I've written on the screen because everyone speaks in a fast way and I have to write, so it becomes tricky for me, but nevertheless I've tried putting everything as a point what she says. So it goes like this. She says that in today's era, आज के समय में, in today's era, people do not like to just eat homemade food. They also homemade food, but they also prefer going out and eating fast food or outside food. She says that I too, right? So I too, wo bhi. So she used to eat a lot of outside food, but she understood it's not good for her health and now she cannot eat it anymore. Also, her mother doesn't let her eat that kind of food. She also talks about that when you are eating outside food, you have got a lot of options. That's true. But at the same time, we have to understand that eating out can lead to, at times, you have food poisoning. It can be a food that is contaminated मतलब होता है वो दूषित होता है, it's contaminated. And then she talks about that in a humid situations when it is raining heavily or it's not a good weather, you should check that the food that is processed or which is packaged food or packed food doesn't have moisture inside and it's not unhealthy for you. She says that junk food is very high in calories. She talks about that regularly eating junk food can have bad impact on your health. You have high BP, you have got high sugar, you have got high cardiac conditions. Cardiac conditions are the heart conditions that you suffer with. And then homemade food is fresh. It contains all the good elements for your health. They have good ingredients. It is good for digestion. And also it is rich in fiber. It includes a lot of fruits and vegetables which are good for your overall development. And then she says that it reduces the risks of stroke, cancer, and chronic diseases, which means if you eat healthy food, it reduces the risks because you're eating healthy, you are eating a balanced diet. So it would reduce the risks of chronic diseases are long term diseases जो लंबे समय तक चलती हैं. उनको कैसे आप ठीक कर सकते हैं? या तो वो होंगी नहीं आप में, या फिर वो अगर होना चालू हो गई हैं तो हेल्दी फूड खाने से वो रिड्यूस होने लग जाती हैं. So I think that way it was great. All right, wonderful, Sakshi. I think you spoke in terms of content was good, very good rather, because you were in the technical part of it. आप बहुत technical part में गए, which is good. I have just few little suggestions for you, Sakshi. एक तो NOT को हम बोलते हैं not. बोलिए not.
Note.
Not.
Note.
हाँ, because आपने बोला note, आप बोलना है not. I cannot. She cannot. Not. Right? So एक ये शब्द है not. और बाकी आपके कंटेंट में थोड़ा सा मैं एक सजेशन देना चाहूंगा. जो वर्ड्स थे अगेन उसमें आपको कनेक्टिंग वर्ड्स डालने हैं, एक बात विच आई गेव इन द वेरी इनिशियल पार्ट ऑफ माय डिस्कशन. और दूसरी बात ये कि आपके जो सेंटेंस फॉर्मेशंस हैं वो बहुत एब्रप्ट थे, उनको आप जोड़िए और थोड़ा सा स्मूथ रखिए अपने इसको, सो दैट सुनने वाले को भी आपके साथ स्मूथनेस फील हो बोलते समय. सो दैट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फॉर एग्जांपल यू सेड आई ऑल्सो यूज टू ईट. अच्छा, ईट को आपने एट, आई डोंट नो एट बोला था. आप वीडियो को सुन लीजिएगा एक बार फिर से, अगर मैं गड़बड़ बोल रहा हूँ तो ईट होना चाहिए. आई यूज टू ईट, it used to be, it is very bad. तो अब मैं जब खाती थी तो वो बहुत, मुझे बाद में पता चला कि बहुत ही खराब था वो, तो सब बातें पास्ट की होंगी. सो even as a child, when I was a child, I used to eat a lot of junk food. I got to know that it was very bad. मुझे पता चला कि बहुत बुरा है. Then now I cannot eat it anymore. तो आपने एकदम से क्या बोला? Then I can't. तो then now, अब आप वर्तमान में ये now I cannot eat it anymore. अब मैं और ज्यादा उसको नहीं खा सकती हूँ. Then you talked about your mom, that my mother would not let me eat, क्योंकि आपने कहा मेरी मम्मी अब मुझे नहीं खाने देती या मुझे तब नहीं खाने देती थी. आपको क्लियर करना पड़ेगा सेंटेंस, बिकॉज शुरुआत में थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजन था कि आप पास्ट में गए, फिर आप प्रेजेंट में आ गए, फिर एकदम से पास्ट में चले गए. तो वो क्लैरिटी हमें एज अ लिसनर देनी आपको पड़ेगी, राइट? यू हैव टू हेल्प अस. आपको बहुत हैंड होल्डिंग करनी पड़ती है. हैंड होल्डिंग का मतलब होता है कि आपको सामने वाले को बिल्कुल कंफर्टेबली उसको रिलैक्स होकर सुनने दीजिए. आपको सुनेगा, लेकिन आपकी स्पीच, आपकी जो कंटेंट है वो इतना क्लीन होगा कि उसमें सारी हैंड होल्डिंग होगी. यानी वो पास्ट में लेके जाओगे तो पास्ट की बात करी, एक वर्ड डाला व्हेन आई वाज अ चाइल्ड, बट नाउ इन टुडेज टाइम आई कैन नॉट ईट इट एनीमोर. अब मैं उसको और नहीं खा सकती बिकॉज आई अंडरस्टैंड द रॉन्ग impacts or the problematic effects that it can have on my body. तो वो आपको ऐसे बोलना पड़ेगा. Rest, I think it was good, but you were largely on the scientific part of it, so which is interesting over here. All right, wonderful, Sakshi, great. Anyone for any questions for Sakshi? पूछिए.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Rajeshwari, please.
Hi, Sakshi.
Hello, Rajeshwar.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm fine. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you. Sakshi, I have one question for you.
Yeah.
Do you read label while buying food?
Sorry, I can't understand.
Do you read a label while buying food?
Yeah.
All right. So the question that Rajeshwari raised was, do you people read labels? Right, labels. So whatever label is there that has been labeled onto it while buying food items, the packaged food items. So do you read these kind of labels, right? So these things that are stuck around and they give you all the details. Do you read them? So Sakshi, you say you do? You do read?
No, sir. Actually, I don't purchase any pack.
Okay.
Uh,
Any packed food? Any packed food you don't buy? Is it?
no, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
absolutely. But there must be one packet that you must have bought. A packet of biscuit, perhaps? No, never.
Yeah.
You do, but dude,
Yes, I.
I'm sure you must have bought a little packet of juice. Although processed juice and that has a lot of sugar into it, and I don't know if I could really take names of companies, but then please take care of your take care of your health because it's not too good at times. So, but whenever we are bound to buy, the way Rajeshwari said, कितना भी चाहे अंत में तो हमें कभी ना कभी खरीदना या खाना पड़ता है. So even if you buy, you look at the the date of expiry. So I'm sure never ever have you bought anything, Sakshi, that you saw the labeling of it? No, never?
No, sir. Uh,
Okay, but anyway, whenever in future, I'm sure that you are someone who doesn't want to buy packaged food, but even if you buy, you are bound to buy. आपकी मजबूरी हो जाए कभी, so please do check the label and the date of expiry, the date of manufacturing, and also the ingredients which are there in the food product, right? That's very important. All right.
no.
Perfect. Any other questions? Anything else? But that's an interesting question what Rajeshwari said, because these days we have come into the habit of reading everything. What is inside? क्या contents हैं इसके? क्या date है? कब बना है? कितने समय पहले का है? So it's very important. आप उसको उल्टा भी करके देखते हैं कि नीचे वो कुछ जम तो नहीं गया. There are many ways to test and try. So that's very important. Okay. Arvaz, you want to say something?
Hello, Sakshi. How are you?
Hello, Arvaz. I'm fine. How are you?
Also, I'm fine.
Okay.
I have questioned
Yeah.
which outside food do you like?
Yeah, I like, but I'm not eating now.
Which one? But when you used to eat, जब आप खाते थे, when you used to eat, which outside food you would eat or you used to eat?
Yeah, it's burger.
All right. She used to like a burger a lot. Okay, but now you don't eat anymore. Now you don't eat anymore. Anymore. Anymore ab or nahi. Anymore. But I don't eat it anymore, sir. I hate it. Do you hate it now?
Yes, sir.
Oh, you
I
hate it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Is that okay, Arbaz? Any other question you'd have? You'd like to ask her?
No, sir.
No? And what about you, Arbaz? Do you like eating burgers?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So Sakshi doesn't like at all. And but when people eat burgers around you, Sakshi, when someone is eating burger, what do you feel in your heart? What do you say to yourself? Oh, this person, he doesn't understand. He's eating a burger. It's not good for his health. Do you think that way, Sakshi?
No, sir. Actually, मम्मी की बात याद आ जाती है तो इसलिए.
अच्छा इसलिए इसलिए आप नहीं खाते पर आपके मन में तो अभी भी खाने की इच्छा है ऐसा.
Yeah, कभी कभी.
Okay. So Rajeshwari said the same thing. कभी कभी उसको हम cheat meal कहते हैं. Cheat meal. CHEATMEAL. Does anyone know what cheat meal means? Cheat meal. Anyone? Cheat meal?
Sir,
Yeah, Diya बताइए. What does cheat meal mean?
जब हम डेली बेसिस पे कुछ ऐसे फास्ट फूड नहीं खाते और
हाँ.
एक दिन होता है अपना फिक्स की खाने
Fix.
पे हम चीट करते हैं.
हाँ हम चीट करते हैं, हम धोखा देते हैं अपने आप को और उस दिन कहते हैं इतने तुमने 15 दिन नहीं खाया ना, आज आराम से खा लो. दैट्स योर चीट मील, राइट? सो चीट मील ओवर ईटिंग कर लेना उस दिन या कुछ ज्यादा ही मीठा खा लेना. सो चीट मील, राइट? सो लोगों के तरीके हैं अपने आप को खुश करने के. सो यू कैन पिक वन ऑफ दोज ऑप्शंस, साक्षी. यू कैन हैव अ चीट मील डे फॉर योरसेल्फ. चीट मील डे और चीट मील डे हो गया तो पूरे दिन ही चीट मील चलेगी. अन्यथा एक चीट मील ले लीजिए कि आज दोपहर में कुछ गड़बड़ में करूंगी, आज एक बर्गर जरूर लेके आऊंगी. इज इट साक्षी? मे बी. Yeah. Okay. So cheat meal can be an option. All right. We'll quickly move ahead. We had whom? Pranjal, was that you? Pranjal, you there? All right. So we have our sports person with us, Pranjal. She's going to talk a lot about healthy food, but she likes to eat. I remember yesterday she talked about the fact that she likes outside food as well. Is that so, Pranjal?
Yes.
Okay, so we'll see sometimes. So let's see how she makes a balance between homemade food and outside food. Chali, Sakshi, Pranjal, over to you.
Good morning, everyone. Food is the most important thing that keeps us alive, so we have to choose wisely on what we eat. There are some people who prefer fast food and some who love to make and eat homemade food. But I know some people prefer outside food. Actually, fast food attracts people. It's ready to go any time of the day, and many people don't have that time to actually make a meal. Many people rely on fast food because it's convenient to them, and you could find a fast food place at almost or any corner in the town. Everyone is busy. Your college student, you blog, or your kids are keeping busy, so you are always in a rush. So you don't have the time to make an actual meal, but that doesn't mean your eating habits have to be a rush. In my opinion, homemade food are the best. Cooking at home does take time out of your day, but you also save much more money than eating out because when you cook at home, you could cook one meal and the meal could last you all the day, or you use it for different types of meals for the week. Also, cooking at home could bring you family together and make the preparation go by fast.
All right. I think you really emphasized on the point, Pranjal, that family togetherness can be fostered, can be strengthened, can be developed with homemade food. When everyone is together, they are working hand in hand, all in a group, and then they prepare a wonderful meal. It can be dinner, it can be lunch, it can even be a sumptuous breakfast. Sumptuous. Sumptuous. Sumptuous means बहुत लजीज, स्वादिष्ट, बहुत ही lavish. Lavish. So lavish होता है जो बहुत ही अच्छा होता है ना, बहुत ही sumptuous. Sumptuous. Sumptuous और lavish means जो बहुत ही rich है, नाश्ता या खाना या dinner. Sumptuous. So sumptuous अगर आप खाना बनाना चाहते हैं तो you would require people. अकेला आदमी कैसे sumptuous बना सकता है? इतनी चीजें डलेंगी, कोई कुछ काटेगा, कोई कुछ पीसेगा, कोई कुछ करेगा. So that's how everyone would sit together and prepare the food. So I think Pranjal beautifully talked about the fact that family togetherness can be strengthened when you delve into homemade food. But before that, she also spoke about the fact that food that keeps us alive, so that we choose. Food is something that's very important, that keeps us alive. खाना नहीं खाएंगे तो जिएंगे कैसे? So we have to choose wisely. Wisely मतलब wisely. Anyone? हाँ, दिमाग से सोच के, हाँ, विवेक से, हाँ, right. Okay. Some people prefer home food, some people prefer outside food. सबकी अपनी अपनी choices. And she says, ready to eat होता है outside food, easy to deliver, easy to order. Every corner you find a food stall or a kiosk. And then she says, everyone is in a rush. हर आदमी भागा दौड़ी में है. But she says very interestingly कि सब भागा दौड़ी में तो हैं, but eating habits shouldn't be in a rush. But खाने पीने की जो चीज़ है उसमें भागा दौड़ी नहीं होनी चाहिए. You should do it peacefully with a lot of interest and a lot of patience. That's very important. And then she says that if you talk about, she says, in my opinion, ये बड़े अच्छे connectors होते हैं मेरे अनुसार, मुझे लगता है कि. And then she says, when you prepare food at home, it saves money because you can use that meal or that food item that you've prepared in a proper way for the whole day, or you can even store it, but you know it that it is pure, it is with the good ingredients. You can store it for 3 days, 4 days. It depends on the season as well, and it also depends on the ingredients that have gone inside. So you can always use it for a longer time. And of course, she talks about the fact that when you are preparing meals and it's a homely affair, it is something that is happening at the home with everyone getting involved. In that case, it strengthens the bond of love and compassion among the family members, and that's very important in today's time when we don't have time to sit and talk. I think the homemade food can make us all come together, and we can always discuss over the food, over the table, right? So great, Pranjal. And for you, what is your favorite outside food, Pranjal? You're a sports person. but you say I still sometimes go out to eat food which is cooked outside. So what is your favorite outside food?
So I love to eat momos.
Oh, you love to eat momos. Okay, how many of you all love to eat momos? People, you can just give a thumbs up. Dia is there. Okay, Sarita, Rajeshwari, everyone. Deepti, you don't like momos? Rubina, no. Arvas, you don't like momos? Oh, yeah. I knew it.
I like momos made in home.
Okay, she likes homemade momos. Okay, but I think you miss out on that little taste that is found in the outside momos. So Pranjal, you don't like momos cooked at home?
But usually we eat outside
Right.
because we don't know how, my mother don't know how to make that.
Right, I understand. Whenever we try, even we try to cook something that is special outside, it's not the same taste, at times. So that's true. So momos you like to eat outside. And how many momos do you like to? Do you like to eat with spicy chutney? Do you like to eat with that, or what is your, the additional thing that? Okay, you like eating with that. All right.
Yes,
And
what is your favorite outside food?
oh, I don't know much about my favorite outside food, but the fact that I prefer to eat healthy food, basic food, simple food. So it would be some rice, some curd with some pulses, which is some dal, and some chapatis. That's it. But if I have to really go out and have to eat, I would prefer to go at a place which is safe, sure. And earlier, 15-20 years back, I would eat everything and anything. But as we are growing old, we are very cautious with what we eat. So I don't munch on everything and anything. I really pay attention to as to what I eat. I would prefer South Indian food. I would rather go for South Indian food. Maybe I would go for masala dosa. That is something I would prefer, and not anything which I'm not sure of. But yeah, that's true. It's very tempting. It's mouth-watering. Everything that we find across, and
So I also like South Indian.
you do like South
Yes,
Indian?
me too.
Yeah.
Well,
So
my son said I prepare dosa very well
oh,
in
is it?
home.
Oh wow. Yeah, it's a great technique, Deepti. If you know how to make the really the crispy dosas, they're wonderful. So that's true. But even when we prepare at home, they're not very crispy. They're uh, they are not in the right form at times. They're moist and they're not very crispy. But it is pure. We know it, that it's very pure, so we eat it. So that's true. So I think purity is very important. Yeah, Deepti?
You know cooking?
Absolutely not. I don't know how to cook, unfortunately. But if I got stuck in a situation, I would prepare something for myself. That's for sure. I would not die of hunger. I would not die of hunger. That's for sure. But I don't know how to cook food nicely. That's why I asked Arvaz that Arvaz, when you're all alone, when you prepare food, do you do it very nicely, seriously? He says, when I have time, sir, I do it. But with me, I don't know how to prepare nice food. I can just prepare things to fill my stomach and just to, have something for myself to keep myself in form. That's more important for me. All right. So Pranjal was of the opinion that she likes to have momos outside. And when you are at home, Pranjal, what kind of food do you like to eat? What is your favorite homemade recipe by your mom?
Sir, curry and rice.
Oh, wow, that's true. That's something interesting. So you like that a lot, and yeah. So yeah, you want to say something, Deepti? You too like that?
Yes, sir. I said outside food and fast food is same.
Okay, so there is a difference between the two, outside food and fast food. So now, when we say fast food, uh, all the food that is outside of your house, it is an outside food. So outside food is a bigger category. It can include the food at the restaurants. It can include food which is served at the kiosks, at the food centers, food outlets, eateries, everywhere. Now, in outside food, you have a subcategory that is fast food, something that is prepared quickly and rapidly, and you eat it quickly. And generally, it is of the taste which is very spicy, or it has a lot of salts, it has a lot of sugars. So that's how you distinguish between the two. So outside food, हर वो भोजन जो घर के बाहर है वो outside food है. उस outside food के अंदर एक और category है जो है fast food की. उसके अंदर हम जनरली हम ऐसे स्टॉल्स की बात करते हैं जहाँ पे जल्दी से आपको, फास्ट का मतलब भी जल्दी से है, तो फास्ट आपको जल्दी जल्दी खाना मिलता है। लेकिन आप किसी बड़े होटल में जा रहे हैं या रेस्टोरेंट में जा रहे हैं तो वहाँ पे आप उसको फास्ट फूड नहीं बोलेंगे, वहाँ पे आप उसको आउटसाइड फूड बोलेंगे। लेकिन उसके बनाने की प्रक्रिया, उसमें क्या इंग्रेडिएंट्स डले, उसमें हमें श्योरिटी नहीं होती है। हम देखते हैं कितना अखबारों में पढ़ते हैं उस होटल में, उस रेस्टोरेंट में। सो वो सब हम आउटसाइड फूड को हमने कैटेगराइज कर दिया, क्योंकि मैंने इसलिए टॉपिक रखा, अगर मैं कहता होममेड फूड वर्सेस फास्ट फूड तो हम वो वाला भोजन भूल जाते जो बड़े महंगे होटल्स में या रेस्टोरेंट्स में मिलता है। क्या वो चिंताजनक नहीं है? तो इससे मैं चाहता था आप उस पर भी चर्चा करें, तो हमने उसको पूरे को आउटसाइड फूड की कैटेगरी में डाल दिया। गॉट दैट दीप्ति? राइट? सो या टेल मी।
मुझे ये लगता है डोसा, पिज्जा, बर्गर इज फास्ट फूड।
नहीं, फास्ट फूड, देखिए फास्ट फूड का बेसिक सेंस क्या है? जो फास्ट, जल्दी से बनता है और आप फटाफट से उसको खा लेते हैं। दैट्स द बेसिक सेंस ऑफ फास्ट फूड, दैट्स हाउ इट वर्क्स। तो डोसा, इडली, या 2 मिनट्स नूडल्स, हर चीज जो फास्ट पेस पे चलती है ना, इसलिए उसका नाम ही फास्ट फूड है। तो आप जो डोसा की बात करते हैं वो भी फास्ट फूड है। आप जाते हैं ना, वो आप जाते हैं डोसा सेंटर पे, जो वो रोड के साइड में अगर मिलता है, आई एम नॉट कमेंटिंग ऑन द क्वालिटी, मैं क्वालिटी पे कमेंट नहीं कर रहा हूँ, मैं उसकी अवेलेबिलिटी बता रहा हूँ कि हमें मिल जाता है इजीली। तो हम जाके वहां पे, वो फटाफट बनाता है 5 मिनट में और आप खा लेते हो। तो वो फास्ट फूड कैटेगरी में। वही चीज हो सकता है हमें रेस्टोरेंट के अंदर भी मिले, उसमें समय लगता है आने में। तो अब उसको हमने पूरे को एक ही कैटेगरी में डाल दिया है आउटसाइड फूड के हिसाब से, जो दीप्ति। तो वो चाहे फास्ट फूड कह दीजिए उसको, या आउटसाइड फूड कह दीजिए, रेस्टोरेंट्स का है या कैसे भी आपको मिल रहा है, या आप स्विगी से मंगवा रहे हैं, ऑर्डर करके मंगवा रहे हैं, आप जोमेटो से मंगवा रहे हैं, तो वो सारा हमने आउटसाइड फूड को उसको लेबल कर दिया। इज दैट ओके? Right? Okay. Sorry. Any questions for Pranjal? Anyone? We are almost towards the end. We'll just take one more person. Pranjal ke liye any question? Anyone? No one? How come that's possible?
May I ask?
Yeah, please, Rajeshwari.
Hi Pranjal,
Hi,
how are you?
I'm fine. What about you?
I'm good too, thank you. Pranjal, do you like to cook sometime at home? I know you are small, but
Yeah.
still, I'm asking.
Yes.
Actually, I help my mother by making tea or
Oh.
helping in chapati, cooking chapati.
Oh, wow. And your chapatis, are they round or they are of some countries shape? Yeah, Pranjal.
Countries, ma'am.
Oh, which countries, ma'am? then, then there is the technique. I think all the expert people here know, they know it very well. You take a bowl, you place it upside down, and you just cut the shape of it. Huh? That's how you can get the perfect.
I did like this.
Oh, you did like that, Rubina?
Because it's not easy to make roti, chapati.
Yeah, absolutely round.
It's easy, but any step. It's not the round step.
Okay, so you'll have to take some tips and tricks from the expert people in this group. So one fine day when you're making chapati, Rubina, you send us the picture of that country's shape, and then experts in the group will tell you how to get the round shape, right? So you can always share in a video with that. Yeah, that's true. It's not an easy task. I know it when I was in some other foreign country. I prepared it once and I was like, no, I will never ever make chapatis anymore in my life. At least not in my life, but not in that country anymore. So I used to just prepare rice for myself. That was the easiest thing I could have made for myself. Making chapatis, oh, that was horrible. I know, to get the round shape, it wasn't easy at all. So experts who can do it, and those men, women who are experts in cooking, they do it in 5 seconds. They make it in the round way. So that's great. All right. So yeah, Deepti, you want to say something? Yeah, Deepti.
Sir, cooking is easy. In learning English.
Oh, okay. So so Deepti says making round chapatis is easier than learning English. Is it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because you are expert in making those round chapatis, Deepti. Ask someone who doesn't know how to make round chapatis. That person will tell you that speaking English is easier than making round chapatis. Then tell me, is not your situation better? So हम सभी हमारे अपने अपने काम में दक्ष हो जाते हैं करते करते. तो आप किसी को ऐसा ज्ञान दीजिए कि गोल चपाती कैसे बने, और कोई अंग्रेजी में आपकी मदद करेगा, तो ऐसे म्यूचुअली एक दूसरे की हेल्प कर सकते हैं, isn't it? That's how we work and move ahead. Great. All right, so we'll just, I think we are almost towards the end. So I would not take anyone else anymore because we have limited time. But we'll quickly do a little resume of what we did today. And tomorrow, what we will do is that we'll carry on with the same topic. So I think we're still left with Dia and Sarita and Rubina. I need to listen to these people with their lot of discussions on homemade food versus outside food. And tomorrow we are going to work on a new topic. The topic is going to be um, working part-time as a student. What do you think? When people work as part-time as students, what do you think? Is it good? Is it not good? Because it is generally suggested that, oh, when you are a student, it's good to have an experience. Go and work in a restaurant. Go and work in a cafeteria. Go and work in a company. Do this, do that, and learn and have more of experience. What do you think? Is it good or is it not good? Is it good because it gives you a lot of experience? You get to talk to people, you get to learn how things happen on the ground reality, and you make money out of it. And there are people who say, no, no, it's not good. You disturb your studies. You have a lot of stress. You have a lot of problems of health as well because you are totally committed to that thing and you divert from your main studies, and this gets you in wrong situation of your studies. You don't perform well, you are always thinking about your job, and at times you forget your studies and you start continuing that small job in a bigger way. So these are the two aspects that people generally talk about. So as a student, should I work part-time, or as a student should I be fully devoted to my studies? What do you think? Is that okay as a topic, everyone? Rubina, Sarita, Dia?
Yes, sir.
Yes? Yeah.
Both types of people.
So, sorry, Deepti, you are saying something?
There's both types of people in my hall.
हाँ, तो आपके आपसे हम दोनों सजेशन, तो देखिए सारे टॉपिक्स ऐसे हैं कि दोनों ही आपको लोग मिलेंगे दोनों तरीके से। क्या अच्छा है क्या बुरा है ये हो ही नहीं सकता। आज का समाज ही ऐसा है कि हर चीज में दोनों में आपको फायदे नुकसान है, तो आप कैसे वो मध्यस्थता स्थापित करते हैं? हाउ डू यू फाइंड द common balance between the two and you move ahead? So that's how. So since you have people in your family, Deepti, who are in both the situation, you will be in a better state tomorrow to talk about it. But आपने तो आज वाले टॉपिक पे अभी आपने थोड़ी बात करी दीप्ति, आपका तो नहीं हुआ ना अभी, you haven't spoken about it. या सो आप भी कल इस पे भी चर्चा करेंगे, और हमेशा हम एक स्टेप आगे रहेंगे, तो अगला टॉपिक हम आपको पहले ही दे देंगे। सो जिन लोगों ने बोल लिया है वो लोग आगे वाले टॉपिक पे चर्चा करेंगे इफ एट ऑल टुमारो टाइम परमिट्स, अदरवाइज हम पहले इसको कैरी ऑन करेंगे, एंड देन द नेक्स्ट टॉपिक विल बी working as in when you're a student. Do you want to, should we work part-time, or should we commit ourselves totally onto our studies? That's going to be the topic. I'll share the topic with you in the group. I'll try to create some content for you. If not, then please, you have to prepare it for yourself and by yourself. All right, any questions from your side, anyone? No? All well? All right. So I thank you all for your active participation, and believe me, the more you speak, the better you become. आप जितना ज़्यादा बोलेंगे उतना ही आप निखरेंगे, उतना ही आपकी झिझक दूर होगी, और उतना ही आप कॉन्फिडेंट स्पीकर बनेंगे. सो दैट इज माय push to all of you. Please work in that direction, and please ensure that you speak every time and you make your notes well. आप अपना काम बहुत अच्छे से करें, because जब आपका काम लिखा हुआ अच्छा होता है तो आप अच्छा बोल पाते हैं, and that's a homework you have to do. पर धीरे धीरे क्या होगा, आपका ब्रेन बिना लिखे भी अपनी बातें बोल पाएगा, and that's what I really want you all to go towards. With that, we have come to the end of our today's session. I wish you all a great evening, a great day ahead, and see you all tomorrow. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.